Today I'm going to go over everything that I have prepared for our home water birth. Hey everyone, I'm Cecilia and you're watching The Dairies. So if you don't know, this is actually our second home water birth. We had one back in 2018 with our son, Mason. So I know a little bit about what we'll actually be needing. And it's a little different though because we are in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic. So although we have been planning this birth since long before any of this happened, it does make a few things a little bit more difficult. It's been a lot harder to get certain things last minute that I was planning to just pick up at the very end and some stuff like that, but we'll just go over that as it kind of comes up. So I have everything. It was kind of organized, but I pulled it all down into the main room thinking that I would get this video filmed while Mason napped. Of course that didn't happen, and now he kind of destroyed a bunch of it. But I have to get it done right now because the light is about to be gone. Like, it is. Hopefully the end of this video isn't too dark, or else I'll have to do it all again tomorrow. But it's kind of messy, but whatever. We're just gonna jump right into it. It's in baskets-ish. I'm gonna start off with things that we're going to be using before the midwives arrive. We will obviously set up before they get here. I don't plan to call them until it's necessary, but I will be laboring most likely for hours before that. With Mason, I labored for I labored for a long time, but like with the pool and like once everything was set up, probably like at least 12 hours before they came. This is just a wicker laundry basket that we normally keep in our bathroom on the main level. And I just put a garbage bag in it. And I really did just put it in here to test that it would even fit. And then I just decided, why not leave it? I don't need to pull it out. So what this will be used for, this basket, after everything will get emptied out before the midwives arrive, and then this basket with a garbage bag in it will get used for anything, like any of the dirty towels, the wet towels, anything bloody, anything that needs to go in the laundry, basically. I was going to put in just a wet bag from clear cloth diapers, but it wouldn't fit in this hamper, so I decided to just go with garbage bag. And I have in my like main kit have some extra garbage bags in case this one gets full or we need one for garbage or stuff like that. So then in here we have, let's start with the basics. So we have a drinking water hose, and it has the attachment so that you can attach it to your sink. And we actually own, there's one other thing that I don't have in here, but so sorry. We do actually own this hose. It's the exact same one that we got for our birth with Mason. But if you know, when we had our son, we were living in a 1-bedroom apartment and we were cloth diapering in a portable washer and spinner. So we were using the hose like every single day. We were attaching it to the attachment at our sink, and it ended up like stripping the inside. So when we tested out the hose a couple days ago, it ended up spraying everywhere. So we got a new one. My stepmom went out and bought this for us because we are currently not leaving the house at all. So that was a struggle. I wrote her like a list of a bunch of things that I needed last minute, and luckily she was able to get them. So we got a new hose, and we do have the attachment though. It's like a little piece that you put onto your tap, and we had that from our last birth and it still works perfectly fine. So this hose is just in there and we will use it to fill up the pool. And okay, next is these shower curtain liners, and we have 4 of them. So you can definitely just get like a tarp to put under your pool, but we decided to go with the shower curtains. They're a bit thicker and honestly just cheap and easy, and we already needed 2 shower curtains for how we make up our bed, which I will actually explain in a second. But so 2 of these are for underneath of the tub and on the floor in our bedroom because that's where we're birthing. And then I have a bunch of like large beach towels and stuff in here. So we will lay down the shower curtains and then we'll lay down the beach towels on top of them, and then we'll put the pool. Well, we'll put the pool down and we'll make sure the beach towels are around the pool, just because it is very easy to slip when you're very wet and you're contracting, and if you're on a slippery surface like a shower curtain, then it's easy to fall. So I highly suggest covering all of your tarps, or even just your floors if you're not going to use a tarp, but I highly recommend using some form of plastic, and then beach towels and stuff over top. So we have a bunch of those in here. More. So yeah, definitely cover your whole floor with those. It's a lifesaver. And the other 2 are going to be going on our bed. So how we're going to make up our bed is a fitted sheet, and then we're going to put a shower curtain, and then we're going to put another fitted sheet and maybe a flat sheet, maybe not, and then another shower curtain, another fitted sheet, and then just make our bed like normal. Since there will be the plastic layer, I won't have to worry about any blood or water or anything of the sort getting on the bed. It'll just be completely fine. And then once I have given birth, they'll strip off that top layer and the top layer of plastic. They'll go in the hamper, and then I will be able to lay on the bed and it will still have a protective layer just in case. Like, I mean, you're still bleeding a lot, and like, if I get the bed really wet or really bloody, and then it's just nice to be able to know that you can pull it off and have a protected layer again. And then when, you know, everything is really done and we feel comfortable with it, we'll pull it all off and we'll have just that final fitted sheet, and that will be really nice because we won't have to worry about ever making the bed. So we do the 3 layers, and the 2 of which have shower curtains. We'll make up our bed like that pretty much as soon as I'm in labor, like as soon as we realize, okay, this is real labor. That was really long and rambly. I'm sorry. All right, and then the other few things in here are our essential oil diffuser with 2 oils in here. These are the 2 that I think I'm going to want to use. One is Serenity, so it's a restful blend. So if it's like nighttime, like, I don't know. That's one if I need to like be calming, I think. And then I also have Wild Orange, and that I feel like will give me kind of energy if I need like a boost. So those are the 2 that I think I'll probably want to use during labor. I also have this essential oil roll-on. It's called De-Stress Relaxation, a calming blend of 100% pure essential oils to help relieve tension and stress. So you roll it like on your wrists and on behind your ears, that kind of stuff. So I'm putting that in there too. Some of this stuff, like, I'll probably just pull out of here and put on my dresser when the time comes, but Mason gets into everything on my bedside table and on my dresser, so I like to keep them out of his way as much as possible. All right, next in here are 2 things for when I first go into labor. If it's nighttime and I can't sleep, they recommend taking a Gravol and a Tylenol. So I have those. I might take them depending on how bad and what time of day it is. I don't know. The Tylenol is also for afterbirth to help with the pain, but I really don't actually want to take it after birth this time. I definitely did last time, but I've been really not taking much Tylenol or Advil or anything like that. It's not all that great for you, to be honest. But I had some on hand, so I thought I may as well put it in here because honestly, birth can be very painful. Not saying people don't do it without any Tylenol or Advil or anything, because they do, and they're great. But if I can't sleep, I might just take one, because honestly, being exhausted was the hardest part of labor last time. Because when you're so tired and you've been laboring for so long, like, if I don't have to go through that again, that would be great. So I will honestly probably take it if it's nighttime and I can't sleep because of pain. All right, and then the second last thing. All right. This is kind of random. I'll pull it up first because it's just extra batteries, and this is the charger for the battery that's in my camera right now. Just because I do want to film a lot of the birth in the day and kind of vlog style, hopefully. We'll see. But I don't want my battery to die, so I have my spare batteries. Oh, goodness. Oh, I'm out of breath. 37 weeks, and this is tough, guys. Okay, the last thing in this bin, the last thing, is this little basket that has pretty much my clothes in it, I guess you would say. So it has just a little bralette and underwear, and this is for kind of before we get the pool going. If I don't really want to be wearing clothes, then I can just throw these on. But when we get the pool going, I have my bathing suit bottoms, which I'll be wearing until I get a bit farther along. I did with my son too. I was constantly in and out of the pool, and I just don't really want to be butt naked the whole time. I mean, eventually I'll be butt naked, but at the beginning I definitely will be wanting just wear my bathing suit bottoms and actually a nursing bra. I don't feel the need to pull out a bathing suit top because that's just more uncomfortable than a nursing bra is, and this is just like a loosey-goosey nursing top. And then I can easily pull it down and nurse her if I'm still wearing it when I give birth. When I actually delivered Mason, I had already taken it off, so we didn't have that issue. But if I'm still wearing it, I definitely want it to be a nursing one, not just the other one. And then I also have in here a nursing bra, but it's like a nicer one. It has like some padding in it. So I guess, I don't really know if I'll even use this one at all during my labor, but I didn't want to have to try and find it if I did want it, because I don't wear it anymore, because I just kind of wear shirts that I can like whip a boob out, since I am still nursing Mason. But I know that with a newborn, I will most definitely need nursing bras, so I didn't want to have to like find it if I needed it for any reason, even though I probably just won't wear a bra for the first, who even knows how long I won't wear a bra for, because let's be honest, I'm not leaving my house. We're in quarantine. So, all right, there's two more pieces in here. The first one is this little nightgown. It's really stretchy. So this is what I plan to wear as soon as I give birth. The first thing that I put on, like I'll shower, I'll put on my whole underwear situation, and then I'll put this on. It's just a nice little slip. I wore one similar to this when I had Mason. And then to go along with this, I also have the matching robe, which I am planning to wear kind of in early labor too, when I have that like matching set that's not the bathing suit. This is what I expect to kind of wear over top of that as I labor. I'll be at home. I'll try to be comfortable. So a nice little robe, and it's cute, and afterwards it'll be cute for photos. And so yeah, that is everything that's in my before the midwives get here, or kind of like not relevant to the midwives, I guess. These actually belong in that basket, but they actually belong in the freezer, and they're only not in the freezer because I wanted to show you guys. So I have 3 of these like heat cooling pads, and one is small and then I have 2 larger ones. So since I definitely won't be using these in the pool, I'm gonna make them cold, because since I won't be wet, I'll be able to use my electric heating pad if I want heat. So it's better for me to have these all cold. And then while I am in the pool, we will just actually use cloths and wet them, and like to put them on my forehead and stuff like that if I need cooling, which I definitely did with Mason. So I predict I will this time as well. So moving on, I'm gonna talk about now when the midwives arrive. I have a bunch of receiving blankets. This is, I don't know, like 16 or something. And it is not all the receiving blankets. I have more even just in the room that we'll be birthing in, but I don't think they'll need more than this. I don't even think they use that many with Mason. They suggest having 12. I just picked kind of like the ones that seemed like they would be the best for like water and like blood, and like I left out any of the ones I really like and any of the really pretty ones, and I left out any that are muslin. These ones are all cotton and flannel. Next in here I have towels and washcloths. I actually only have one of each right now, purely because I don't want to hoard all of our house's towels and washcloths right now, and especially because our linen closet is directly beside our bedroom. I will grab more of these and put them into this bin. Like again, at the very beginning of labor, I think I'll just grab all of the towels and put them in here, and like all of the face cloths, and I've been trying to keep them all clean as much as possible so that if I were to go into labor, then it wouldn't be like half of the towels are dirty, like, you know? So I am doing that. Again, it's something that's easy to just, oh, I'm having contractions. I'm gonna pick this pile of towels from here and put it in this basket so that if my midwives need them, they can get them with no problem. And along with the cloths, I had mentioned that I'll probably be mainly using them, you know, as like on my forehead, on my neck. So in order to make those really, really, really cold, I'm going to have a big bowl of water and put ice cubes in it. And in order to make enough ice cubes, I'm using these. They're like bags, and you like fill them and they create like these tiny little ice cubes, but they're really, really compact and they don't like spill out of the container because they're in a bag. So they are great for that. I use them. We had them with Mason too. I have no clue where we got them. We've had them for a really long time. But the point is, it's just nice to have ice. You can have constant cold water. So that, yeah. I'm gonna actually fill these up probably tonight, put them in our freezer so that they're just ready. Other than that, we have a bottle of hydrogen peroxide. Again, this is just something that they recommend having on hand. We did last time, we didn't use it, but I'm definitely going to have it again. It's just literally like the same bottle. And then I have in here things like, these are things Mason has destroyed. They were nicely folded. A nice fuzzy blanket for her for after birth. And then another blanket type thing to kind of go over us. Maybe even like in the water, I don't know. We'll see. Just another nice blanket type thing. A baby wrap. I'm just gonna have this in the bedroom, but it's just the one that I'll wrap her in. Probably pretty early on. We wrap Mason at 4 hours old, and we'll probably do something similar. So I just want to have it kind of on hand, not have to look for it or anything. And then I have a bucket over here. And this bucket has the like big packs of what's in here. So this hangs up. I'm gonna hang it in the bathroom, but first off, somebody else is probably gonna make my first diaper, if that makes sense. Literally. I have in here some Depends. These are the Fit Flex. And these are a must-have. Like, get yourself some Depends. Don't second guess it. Just do it. They were a lifesaver. And what I did with Mason and what I plan to do again this time is have a Depends and then put in there one of these guys. Ugh. The really big, thick ones, because then you don't have to change your Depends every time. Like, you honestly bleed a lot at the beginning. You change your pads a lot, and you don't want to have to change your Depends every time. Like, they're kind of, I don't know. That would just be really annoying to me. It's like changing your underwear every time. So this way you have the double protection and you're just inside. So it doesn't matter if it's like bulky or anything. It's not uncomfortable. So I have my Depends here, my big bulky pads here. I have some of the thinner, less bulky pads for when I stop bleeding quite as much, but they don't need to go in here yet. And then at the top here I have Tux pads. And they are witch hazel wipes, basically. They're great, really soothing, so I highly recommend getting those. My midwives will also give me a peri bottle, and that is great postpartum. Like, if your midwives don't bring you one, definitely get one. I think they're like $2 on Amazon, so double check with them that they'll either bring you one or that you should have one of your own, because again, they are lifesavers. As well as my midwives bring the blue like puppy pads, but if yours don't, I would recommend probably getting just like one pack of them. I think they're like $7 or something. So you're not gonna be out too much, and you really don't know, like if you wanna sit on the couch and there's nothing there, like it's just nice to put one of those down, or even like just postpartum, I think we kept them on the bed for a few days. Just useful stuff like that. They're never a bad thing to have. Okay, they have things on here like things for your newborn that, since we are having a home birth, we don't need to think about, like having diapers on hand. Like, yeah, we cloth diaper. I have all her cloth diapers already set up in the room we're giving birth in. I did set out a hat and swaddle set that I really want her to kind of wear as like her first one, since I doubt, like, we probably won't put clothes on her for a few days, to be honest, but I do, like, you know, we will swaddle her, so I thought I would pull that out and then nobody has to go looking for it if I want it, and it's just there. And I also pulled out the hat that they put Mason in as soon as he was born. I'm sure that they would bring the exact same ones this time, but I just thought it would be sweet if they could put the exact same one on. And yeah, it's not exactly like, it's not a cute hat. It's like one of those like pink and blue striped square looking ones, but I just thought it'd be cute because it was his first hat. Okay, so the last thing on their list that I haven't shown, but I'm honestly thinking I probably will bring upstairs, is a large cutting board. And that, I'm fairly positive, is in case something were to happen where they have to resuscitate the baby. Then they just have a nice hard surface to work on, and it has nothing on it, like, because the dressers and stuff get cluttered during birth, so like that way it's just like a nice hard surface that they can move anywhere. And I didn't really pull that out when we had Mason, but that's only because we were literally birthing in practically the same room as the kitchen. It was just an open space. So this time though, since we'll be all the way upstairs, I'll probably pull it out and just shove it like under the dresser or something, just on the off chance that they do need it. So I realized while I was editing that I forgot a couple things, and most of them are in relation to COVID-19 and how it's changing our home birth plan. Sorry guys, I'm out of breath. So the first is that with our first birth, I did not pack a hospital bag. I knew that if we ended up having to go to the hospital for any reason, that Shaq could always just run home and pick up what I needed and then just come back. But now with the new regulations in effect, as of today, he would actually have to stay and not leave. I can have one person in the hospital with me, and they are not allowed to come and go. So I really have to have something packed just in case. I'm not really like a person who, you know, normally thinks about the like in case, or like if I end up in the hospital. Like, I don't think I will. I'm not. I know I'm not. I'm envisioning my birth and it does not end in the hospital. But if something were to happen, I need to know that he would be able to be with me and that I would have my essentials. So just like for him and I, we'll both have a pair of sweatpants and like t-shirts, and then like a nursing bra, a couple diapers for the baby, and like a onesie and a sweater, and like just a basic outfit for her. And then, yeah, pretty much that's it. I don't think that it will be extensive, but we will have a few things just basically to get us home while we're there. And maybe I'll throw a couple actually pads and Depends in there as well. But other than that, it's pretty much it. But I did want to mention that we are packing a hospital bag, even though last time we definitely did not. And then another thing that's COVID-19 related is that we are actually going to be bringing, or not bringing, but in that bag is actually going to be, I guess it'll be in that bag. I hadn't really thought about putting it in the oh my god, putting it in the hospital bag until now, but it does make sense that we have 2 of the N95 masks. Shaq and I each have one. My mom just had a box prior to all of this going down, so she brought us 2 masks, and you know, just in case we had to go into a bad situation where we just wanted to kind of protect ourselves a little bit more. And I think going to the hospital would kind of be considered a bad situation in that sense. So we'll probably wear those if we were to end up going to the hospital. So I'll throw those in the bag. And the last thing that I forgot to mention is just something for people to write notes on, either for you to write notes on or for somebody to write notes for you. It can easily just be notes on your phone, which is actually what we're going to be doing. It's way easier, but also maybe somebody wants a notebook and then everybody can kind of write in as they go, like just put what time it is down and then write what's happening. And then if you have it somewhere communal, then anybody can kind of put a note in, and it's not all landing on one person who maybe is busy during those times. Okay, now back to the actual video. So the last things I had were, you should definitely have a cup with a straw on hand. I always have one on the go. I'm not going to pull one out and like put it in here. But if you're somebody who maybe doesn't have it just like super easily accessible or always have one on the go anyways, you should probably put at least a straw. I obviously recommend reusable straws, but just any straw, preferably a cup with a straw, into your birth kind of bin, because when you are in labor, it'll be a lot easier for you to just sip out of a straw. Even if it's just like a straw in a water bottle or something like that, straws are highly recommended. I also will be hopefully having coconut water. It's the only thing I could manage to stomach while I was in labor with my son. Although with the coronavirus, I have not actually been able to get any yet. They have been out at the stores when I've had people go, and for some reason cannot manage to get some coconut water. So I have my mom put in an order to pick up groceries, and she ordered some, but of course the groceries aren't going to come for 2 more weeks, and I feel like she's coming early, so they might not be here in time. But also my stepmom's going to the store, so she might pick some up. I don't know, she looked before and couldn't find any, so we're just gonna hope that I get some, because honestly it was a lifesaver. It's full of electrolytes. It'll be great for after birth, and like I said, it was the only thing I could manage to stomach during labor. If you don't want to have coconut water, some other things they recommend, let's see, I wrote this list of things. They say clear fruit juice, herbal tea, mineral water or ice cubes made with fruit juice, electrolyte replacement drinks. I'm a coconut water kind of gal, but if you're not, maybe you want some Gatorade or something. So the last thing that I'm thinking is pretty essential for me for birth is not actually something that I could manage to eat during birth, since I said I could only stomach coconut water, but it was something that just postpartum was a lifesaver, and they are oat balls. I literally lived off of them while breastfeeding afterwards, and I did plan to eat them during labor, and if I can stomach food this time, I definitely will be eating them this time. And I made a quadruple batch last time, and this time I think I made quadruple batch 3 times. I made so many, and I just put them all into balls and put them into glass jars and froze them all. They're all downstairs in our deep freezer. And yeah, they're amazing. I just literally, we pull them out of the freezer as we eat them. We don't feel like you don't have to thaw them. Yeah, I'm thinking about making actually just like one more single batch just so that I can film it and show you guys, because they are amazing and they taste so good, and you can make them any kind you want, and you can never have too many, so I think we might make another batch. Smoothies also though, I could stomach a smoothie at the very beginning of labor, so that's something to think about. But, oh my goodness guys, I almost forgot the most important thing, but it's not something that goes in one of these bins, so, ugh. This right here is exercise ball. Most important thing. Seriously, when I was in labor last time, my mom had to go out mid-labor and buy it for me because I needed it. I didn't know I needed it until I was in pain, and it was a lifesaver, and we have literally, it has not been not blown up since that day. Is that Sure Shack? Yeah, we've it's like gotten a bit deflated from like intense use, and then we just fill her back up, and then she stays. We bounce. When Mason was a newborn, it was amazing. Just wrap him in the wrap, bounce on the ball, and that was all the way. Actually, we did that daily until he was probably over a year. Just recently have we not been using it every day, and now I am using it every day pretty much with being pregnant again. So definitely get one of those if you can get your hands on one. Alright, so I think that's everything that I have in my labor prep kit for our home water birth. If I missed something that you think was essential for your home birth or your home water birth, make sure to comment it down below, and hopefully it will help somebody else out. And yeah, so thanks for watching. Bye guys.